Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
Hey, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We're in the kitchen, and I know if you're feeling the winter chill like all of us, it's definitely time to get a stew on the go. And nothing tastes better than a hearty, beefy stew that's been cooking slow all day. And here to show us is Teresa. Welcome, Teresa, to our new set and our new space.
Thank you. Fabulous.
Oh, well, listen, I'm excited when it comes to a stew. This is the food I grew up with. Mom made stews 4 nights a week. So I know all about the various stews. And of course, we are using our Clover Pride, which is a 40% fat spread with extra virgin olive oil. And I'm quite intrigued to see how you're going to incorporate this into the recipe.
Yes, so this is step number 1. So we're going to
starting off with our Clover Olive Pride.
Yes.
There we go.
So pop your Clover Pride fat spread into the pan.
Okay. This is obviously, it's been at room temperature for a while.
Yes.
In terms of its texture and consistency.
Okay. There we go. And then we're going to add our vegetable base. So we've got carrots, onion, and celery.
Okay.
And that's going to add just some subtle flavour to the stew.
And the thing about a stew, it's something you put it all together and you just leave it.
Exactly, it's so easy.
Doesn't require a lot of attention. That's my kind of cooking.
Right, I'm going to add some garlic.
Okay, you add the whole clove.
Garlic. Yep, whole thing. Some rosemary and some thyme.
Okay.
So throw that all in. And then you want to let that saute for a couple of minutes until your veggies start to soften and your onion is translucent.
There we go.
And at this point, it's going to be smelling great. So that's going to add delicious flavour to the stew, and that's our base.
Is stew something you cook often at home? Is that your style for the family cooking?
Definitely, yeah. And especially on the weekend, you can pop it in the oven, you know, get some stuff done, and then have it for lunch or supper. It's really easy.
And if you have your basic stew recipe sorted, you can build up to it, you know, turn it into a tomato stew, add your vegetables.
Exactly, add different kind of
play
meats.
around with your meats, yes.
Totally.
Okay.
Right, I'm going to sprinkle some flour into the pot.
What does the flour do?
That just helps to thicken it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to be adding quite a lot of stock later, and that just kind of, thickens it into a nice sauce.
So you've added some...
That's tomato puree, and then some Worcester sauce.
There we go.
Also for flavour. And then we're going to add some beef stock.
There we go. You did say you're adding quite a lot of stock, but that will be cooking through...
That, yes, because it does cook for quite a long time.
Okay.
And then we're going to add our beef chunks. And you really can use the inexpensive, tougher cuts for this because you are going to be cooking it for a long time.
Okay. So and you know what? I would have assumed you would have added your meat first before the stock, but I suppose you want to cook it in the stock?
It depends. Yeah, with some recipes you do brown the meat first, but this one we're throwing it into the stock. And then we're going to add our baby potatoes.
And then you just leave it. Well, you know what's great about the Clover Pride fat spread? I mean, it's delicious and tasty, and the fat spread is blended with Clover Olive Pride extra virgin olive oil. It is also a great source of omega-3s, and it's endorsed by the Heart and Stroke Foundation. Now, Teresa here is showing us how to make a hearty beef stew, and what's great is she used the Clover Pride, and they've also got a top tip for us this week, Teresa. Now, they say when making a veggie bake, make sure you cut your vegetables equal sizes. This will ensure that an even cooking time is required so that, you know, I'm guilty of just, you know, chopping it in there, popping it in there.
No, you want everything to be cooked through at the same time.
Yes.
So you literally just stir it all together, then pop the lid on or a bit of foil and pop it in the oven for about 3 hours. So it's quite long. And then the meat is going to get lovely and tender, and then you're done. That's it.
Nice. And this is something you can pop in a slow cooker as well?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, listen, if you would love to have this delicious recipe sent directly to your phone, our keyword this morning is Clover. SMS Clover to 33728. We'll make sure you get the link to the steps of the recipe as well as the ingredients that's necessary. And of course, we are using our Clover Pride fat spread. So our keyword is Clover to 33728. And in case you've missed any of the steps, we've got a quick recap for you.
In the colder months, it's always a good idea to serve food that will warm up your soul, like this hearty, slow-cooked Clover beef stew. Add 2 tablespoons of Clover Pride fat spread to your stewing pot. Once melted, add 1 chopped onion, 2 chopped celery sticks, 3 sliced carrots, 2 garlic cloves, 2 sprigs of rosemary, a few sprigs of thyme, and 5 bay leaves. and saute until fragrant. Next, stir through 2 tablespoons of flour. Then add 2 tablespoons tomato puree and 1 tablespoon Worcestershire sauce. Pour in 1 liter of good quality beef stock, a kilogram of stewing beef, and 500 grams of halved baby potatoes. Mix well, cover with a lid, and cook in the oven at 160 degrees Celsius for about 3.5 hours. Serve your hearty stew with toasted ciabatta slices or rice. Tender beef, soft and fluffy potatoes, and a delicious sauce. This is what winter cooking should be about. So go ahead and make this recipe a firm family favorite.
Made with love by Clover.
Oh, well, Teresa joining us in studio to show us how to make this hearty beef stew this morning. And of course, if you would love to have this keyword, our keyword is Clover to 33728 for the recipe. SMS that keyword and we will send you the link. Now, Teresa, you mentioned this is something you can pop in the oven. What if you don't have an oven?
So the stove is absolutely fine. Just put it on a very low heat, cover it and let it simmer away. Or you can cook it in a potjie as well.
Listen, if you're planning a little braai this weekend or a potjie get-together, this is a brilliant recipe for that as well. Yeah. Teresa, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Oh, well, that keyword once again is Clover to 33728.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.